Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk with the best in the game. I'm your host, Qerim, joined here with the real host, Mr. Emmanuel Acho.
Herbert, did you get a haircut today?
I did get a haircut.
It looks good.
Am I looking?
Nah, it looks good. Okay,
crispy?
you're already light-skinned. You don't need light-skinned eyes. No, thank you. Can we move on with the rest of the introduction,
I'm
please?
saying we got another light skin in the building.
Uh-oh.
Social Trey over there.
Social
How we doing?
Trey.
Never what's good with you.
Yeah.
Got a haircut. He keeps the fade fresh. You know what I mean? He keeps it fresh. We got a lot to get to today.
Too much to get to, bro.
Yeah.
Herbert, what's on the menu, G?
So look, we got to talk about the Chargers' dominance last night. We got to talk about Xavier McKinney having some choice words. We got to talk about Paige Bueckers, winning WNBA Rookie of the Year. But we're going to start with that first topic, the Chargers.
Yeah.
How good are they? I mean, we got to talk about how good are they?
It's two things I'm thinking about. Number one, I'm thinking about Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is the only quarterback in football with 5 or more touchdowns, no interceptions, and a greater than 70% completion percentage. The only quarterback in the entirety of the NFL, 5 or more touchdowns, no picks, and a greater than 70% completion percentage. So when you start with Justin Herbert, he's that good. Now let's talk about Harbaugh and what he has for that team. The team is 3rd in total defense, and the team is 11th in points. Acho, why is that significant? Go back to when Harbaugh took the Niners to the Super Bowl. Do your research. Don't just take my word for it. They were 3rd in points defensively, and they were 11th offensively. They're 3rd defensively in points this year and 11th offensively. I'm not going to scream Super Bowl. I'm not. But if you go back and look at the 3 years that Harbaugh had the Niners, Conference Championship, Super Bowl, Conference Championship. All 3 of those years, they were 11th in points offensively, and they were 2nd or 3rd in points defensively. I think the Chargers are that good because of how well Justin Herbert is playing under Jim Harbaugh and how well Jim Harbaugh has that defense going, bro.
You know what Harbaugh's identity is? We're going to play good, solid defensive football, and I have an insane stat for you. The Chargers had one of the most incredible defensive performances that we've seen in the NFL plus stats era since we started marking passes defense, tackles for loss, takeaways in games and whatnot. The Chargers had 15 passes defense against the Raiders last night.
I gotta see this.
6 tackles for loss, 3 takeaways, 0 touchdowns allowed. No team had ever hit all of these marks in a game since both passes defense and tackles for loss were tracked in 1999.
The Chargers play an old school brand of football. It's kind of like what you said when you were talking about Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
And you said he's the last old school fighter in a new age, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
When I think about this Chargers defense, they play an old school smash mouth. We gonna hit everything. We're gonna take the ball away. They play an old school brand of football. But here's what else is crazy to me. The Chargers offense is 4th in passing yards and 23rd in passing attempts. I repeat, 4th in passing yards and 23rd in passing attempts. What's that mean, bro? When they get this running game going, if they get this running game going, which is the one thing you know Harbaugh's going to do, it's lights out. Shout out to Shawne Merriman. He'll be joining the show in a matter of 15 minutes. So if the Chargers get going really offensively, running the ball, it's blouses, bro. How in the world are you that efficient passing the ball? You're 4th in yards, but 23rd in attempts? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me.
Right now, they're 33% of the way done in going undefeated in the division. 2-0 in the division through 2 weeks. There's not a better situation than to be in that one right now. Especially for the Chargers. They've been unbelievably dominant on the football field this season. There's no debating that whatsoever. The Raiders, I don't really think they had much for them last night, but doing what you're supposed to do, going out there and get some dominant victories, amazing. We got to talk about Justin Herbert, though. He looks insane.
Bro.
He had a great throw last night, I believe, to Quentin Johnston, who also looks insane right now. We're going to take a look at that video.
I got to see it.
Brother, he threw an absolute Justin Herbert.
Here's the thing. If Quentin Johnston turns into the first-round pick that we thought he was going to be coming out of TCU, 6'4", 225 pounds, if all of a sudden he can actually mature into a receiver that you can depend on, plus Ladd McConkey, plus you have Hampton, a first-round pick, running back out of North Carolina, plus Najee Harris, I think he's going on year 5, 6, or 7 in the National Football League. He's a dependable back. And the offensive line, I get it, they've had some injuries, but they're stout. The Chargers roster has been slept on. They've built it well. They've built it from the inside out, and it's no coincidence they're 2-0. It's no coincidence.
Saban on the chat asking a good question, though. Khalil Mack, looked to dislocate his elbow last night. It wasn't a pretty gruesome looking injury. This Chargers defense, I believe they're the heart and soul of the team. For as talented as Justin Herbert is, for all the hype around Amari and Hampton, that offensive line, those wide receivers, the defense is really what has this team pushing. Without Khalil Mack, can they keep up this level?
Absolutely, because the Chargers are not a team of individuals, right? They are a bunch of individuals that play as a team. You know what I mean? And I didn't mean to sound Jalen Hurtsy right there, so apologies. But, like, they're not a team of a bunch of guys. It's not like, Khalil, go get 15 sacks. Derwin James, go get 15 interceptions. No. Chargers, with all due respect, got a bunch of no-name guys out there. Unless you really know ball and they're just, like, obsessed with defensive football for some reason. They got a bunch of no-name guys out there, and they just play well. So I'm not as worried about them losing Khalil Mack. He's at the tail end of his career. He's capable of getting you 2-3 sacks in a game at any point in time, but I'm not worried about it.
Okay. I mean, I could agree with that to a certain extent. It's going to end up hurting against some of these elite teams. Now, last night, we saw an abysmal performance from Geno Smith and that offense, but I think moving forward, the Chargers are built to win. Khalil Mack, though, you can't miss a guy like that. He's still,
that's fair.
And for as old as he is, he's still an absolute problem. I'm watching all 22, like I'm telling you. We have to talk about another 2-0 team in the NFL.
Who that?
Xavier McKinney, the Green Bay Packers safety, had some choice words about being 2-0, and I really like this mentality.
He's not wrong.
No, he's taking a direct shot at the New Orleans Saints from last season. That's exactly what it feels like.
He's not wrong. What I love about that mentality is this. I think right now there might be 10 teams that are 2-0. And I would suggest about 4 to 6 of them are really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the Packers, in my mind, are one of those 4 to 6 teams that are 2-0 right now that are legitimately like that. But unless you continue to get better throughout the course of the season, unless you continue to strengthen your weaknesses, and unless you continue to keep that mentality that we are always hungry and never full, starting 2-0 don't mean nothing, bro. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah. No, I don't think starting 2-0 means really much at all. Starting 0-2 doesn't mean much at all, though, either, because I think the Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl again this year.
We'll address that later. We will address that later.
I saw some reels yesterday about, doubting them and whatnot, and I just I started believing again. Let's talk about the teams that are 2-0, though. The only undefeated teams in the NFL left right now. We got a graphic. We got the Cardinals, we got the Bills, the Bengals, the Packers, the Colts. Surprisingly, the Colts, the Chargers, the Rams, Eagles, San Francisco, and the Buccaneers.
So here's my thought. And Rome, if you can show the people this graphic. So my thought is this. I think the Bengals as a 2-0 team, imposter. And when I say imposter, I mean not really going to win the Super Bowl. I think the Bengals are an imposter. I think the Cardinals are probably an imposter as far as not going to win the Super Bowl. I think the Niners, when it comes to winning a Super Bowl this year, I think they're an imposter. And so I think the Colts, when it comes to winning a Super Bowl, I think they're an imposter. The Bucs is interesting. I love Baker. I don't know if I Super Bowl love him. So maybe when it comes to winning a Super Bowl, the Bucs might still be a piece or two away. Do you conference
championship love Baker Mayfield?
Yes.
That's wow. In the same with the Rams, with the Packers, with the Eagles, you have conference championship confidence in Baker Mayfield.
Here's why. If the Bucs mess around and are the 4 seed or the 3 seed, but just call them the 4 seed, you don't think the Bucs can win 2 games, G? Like you telling me the Bucs can't mess around and beat a 5-seeded Niners team? The Bucs can't mess around and beat a 5-seeded Seahawks team. The Bucs can't mess around and beat a 5-seeded Cardinals team. And then you just got to get one more. Now, if they match up against the Eagles early, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Those Bucs are not making it to a conference championship. I'm sorry. I think they're not. They're not.
Think about this.
JD, you still have the Commanders.
But if Emeka Egbuka is as good as we think he is, if Bucky Irving is as good as we think he is, I do believe the Bucs have a chance to take that next step. So to me, it's all about, are there young blossoming players willing to blossom young at this stage in the game? What else is on the menu, bro?
We're having some issues with the getting the tweets up on screen. But right now, I wanted to ask you, who is your favorite undefeated team currently in the NFL?
Packers, Chargers. Those are my 2. I'm going to give you one for each division. Packers in the NFC, they're my favorite undefeated team because I think the Packers are playing the best quality of football right now. And the Chargers in the AFC are playing the best quality of football right now. I actually think those are the 2 best teams in football today.
Okay.
By January, by February, it's going to be the Eagles. But based on how those teams and how those teams' quarterbacks are playing today, I would say Packers, Chargers.
Okay. I feel that. I mean, I'm going with the Packers. They've been the most dominant team on both sides of the ball up until this point. The Chargers are in that conversation.
Who you not sold on?
I'm not sold on the Chargers as a best team in the league type team right now.
Because why? Because they have
early.
the quarterback, they have the coach, they have the defense.
They do.
So you got to tell me why.
They do. I've watched them fall apart when they show promise before, though, and and I understand it is new. It is new with Jim Harbaugh. It's a new era. Offensive line. I mean, they're doing this without Rashawn Slater, which is amazing. Like they're incredible. Their offensive line does look like they're playing a different sport. I saw that tweet yesterday whenever they were just blocking the Raiders. But I don't know about a Super Bowl contender yet. But that's also me saying that because I haven't seen it.
Fair.
I have to see it. I have to see it first to believe it in a way.
What else we got?
We got a super chat.
Yeah, we got a
super
super
chat.
chat.
We got a super chat.
Super chat
in the building. Shout out to Chi Chi. Said, happy for the new show. I'm proud of you guys. My question is, why is everyone blowing up Shador Ravens when Flacco is the one selling?
Why is everyone blowing up
Shador Ravens, like making that storyline the big deal when really the focal point should be that Flacco is
the one that's selling. Yeah. Why are they bringing up the fact that he turned down the Ravens when Flacco is stinking right now?
Because to me, turning down a team, to me, as a sixth round pick in the NFL, it's wild. Not wild for everybody. Again, I wasn't as good as Shador Sanders in college. I don't have the name that the Sanders family has, but I've been around the NFL long enough to know if somebody gives you an opportunity, you don't know how it's going to play out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even y'all who didn't play in the league, I'm sure maybe you wanted to get into your dream school for college or you wanted that dream job. You don't get into your dream school, but your life turned out pretty okay. You just don't know how it's going to turn out. And my other problem with Shador turning down the Ravens, it's that college mindset, and you're going to get this. All these college athletes right now, I can't start right away. I'm a transfer. I'm not going to start as a freshman. I'm going somewhere else. And you see, it doesn't work out for them. And so to me, it's too reminiscent, Shador saying no to the Ravens, of what we're seeing in college right now. Everybody just running from school to school to school to school because they don't want to wait their time. Lamar Jackson's not going anywhere. I get that. But again, I said this yesterday. Tyler Snoop Huntley made it to a Pro Bowl backing up Lamar Jackson when he stepped in for Lamar Jackson due to injury. I get it. He was a third or fourth alternate, but he still made a Pro Bowl. Let Shador Sanders go in as Lamar Jackson's backup. Let him go 4-0 during that time because he has an incredible running game. He has incredible wide receivers, at least as it pertains to where they were drafted and the talent they have. He has a really good defense. Next thing you know, some team is trading for Shador Sanders in the middle of the season, and he's the starter, and he's not playing for the Cleveland Browns.
I get where you're coming from. We've had conversations about this the past couple of days, but I agree. You do need to make the most out of the opportunities that you are given, but at the same time, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. It's a little tough. Joe Flacco should be playing better.
Yes.
And if he wasn't playing better, he should be benched. And we should be talking about Shador.
But even if he's benched, Dylan Gabriel's a starter.
Well, this is my thing, though. Dylan Gabriel could go out there and stink as well. His leash isn't going to be as long as a Joe Flacco's, who's had years and years and years of NFL experience.
Fair.
If Dylan Gabriel goes out there and stinks, you know what they might say? Yo, we got to put – also, Dylan Gabriel's had injury history his entire time in college.
Okay. Let's take this all the way down to the end. The end. Shador Sanders is a starter for the Cleveland Browns. Fellas, what's that mean? I was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. Who has won there? There have been better collegiate quarterbacks than Shador Sanders that have gone to the Cleveland Browns and not won. Baker Mayfield, we already know now he's a top 10, top 11 quarterback in football.
Yeah.
And he didn't succeed in Cleveland for what y'all want. I believe he succeeded, went to the playoffs, had an 11-win season, beat the Steelers in round one of the playoffs. But what do you want? Play this out perfectly. Shador becomes the starter in Cleveland, Care Bear, and then what?
He might stink, but I think he has a better chance of playing this season for the Cleveland Browns than need to win in the Ravens.
Though, bro.
You're banking on injury from Lamar Jackson to get him on the field.
But what are you banking on?
He could really earn it over there. He could really earn the starting job.
But what are we banking on? Are we banking on?
He's banking on himself.
But he goes to Cleveland and you suck, and then your career's done.
It might be.
Then it's done. Colt McCoy, perennial backup. Brandon Weeden after that, perennial backup. Brady Quinn, out the league. There's a light-skinned cat from somewhere in Florida, out the league.
Yeah.
Like, I'm partial because I played in Cleveland and I know the culture there is just not good enough right now. I want more for Shador than instant success. and it's done. I want more for Shedeur than like when you see the fire get lit in the pan, it's like, ooh, fire, and then it flames out. I want more for Shedeur than one sexy 6-game stretch. Have a good career. And quarterbacks don't have good careers in Cleveland, bro.
He might have been a career backup and been done, though, with the Ravens.
But if he's good, he would have, like.
If he's good, he'll do it in Cleveland, though.
No. And the reason I tell you no, Baker
did a little bit in Cleveland. I don't know. Cleveland is a dumpster
I'm done with you, bro.
We got to move on. So we got another quarterback going through it right now. Tua Tagovailoa had his press availability this week and had some praise for Josh Allen. We have that clip loaded up. Go ahead. What?
He's doing way too much. Way too much. Hey, in the chat, let us know. Are y'all getting audio on our full screens? Let us know in the chat. Because some people tell me.
Saying can't hear the clip.
Some people tell me, y'all, we couldn't hear the Tua clip. Hey, Ron, make sure they can hear these clips in the back, or let us know if they can.
To summarize, he was essentially saying, Josh Allen has the ability to do a lot of things that I can't. He can chunk the ball downfield. He can run the ball. He can extend plays. It was a little glazed. It was a little glazed, if I'm being honest.
We're having some technical difficulties in the show right now, so bear with us. Having a couple technical difficulties in the show. I think Tua was doing way too much. Here's my thing, bro. At the point in which you playing incredibly bad, you can't be glazing another quarterback like that. Like, if you balling, glaze on.
Yeah.
But, like, Dolphins fans are already jealous of Josh Allen. They're already jealous of the Bills.
Yeah.
And now you want to go out there and you want to start singing a man's praises?
A divisional rival is crazy to say I can't do half of what he does. And I quote, Tua just said, I can't do half of what Josh Allen does.
And he's not.
You can't win half the games then. I don't want you as my quarterback if you feel like you can't do half of what your divisional rival who's been owning you year after year does. Sorry, that's bad. That's something bad to say. It doesn't inspire confidence in your fan base, doesn't inspire confidence in your teammates. And the thing is, we know that. We all know that you can't, like, he's being real. I can't blame him as a man for being real and truthful, but lie. lie a little bit, man. Don't go out there and tell me my starting quarterback doesn't have half of what my divisional rival's quarterback does. Dak Prescott went out there and said he should get out of here.
Yeah.
You just said we should be playing someone else at quarterback is essentially what that just came across to me as. Yeah. Sorry. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
No.
He wasn't wrong.
He's not wrong.
But if you can't do half the stuff, to your point, if I'm a fan, then I want half that bread back. And also, Tua, at least lead with some of the stuff you can do. Lead with some of the stuff you can do. I want to sort out these technical difficulties, though, before we bring in Shawne Merriman, make sure the viewers can hear him. So in the interim, Care Bear, what else is on the menu? But let's hold on the full screens for now, just in case, as we sort out these audio issues. Again, this is day 8 of Speakeasy, and this is what happens when you do live television.
Only 8 days in, man.
Only
That's
8
crazy.
days in.
So we did Carson Wentz going to be starting for the Minnesota Vikings this week. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said in practice that Carson Wentz took snaps with the ones while JJ was helping deliver his baby last Thursday, and Wentz had a phenomenal performance in practice.
Bro,
I don't think the football hit the ground more than one time is what was said. If this is really how good Carson Wentz is playing, is J.J. McCarthy's starting job at risk?
Ooh, I wasn't prepared for that question.
I'm being honest.
Let me start with this. I think Carson Wentz is going to go out there and succeed. I'll tell you that right now. Kevin O'Connell has succeeded with less. Josh Dobbs had a good game or two, remember, with under Kevin O'Connell with no practice. J.J. McCarthy came out the womb popping last 2 weeks ago with Kevin O'Connell. Sam Darnold. Wait, what? How did Sam Darnold have 35 touchdowns under Kevin O'Connell? So I believe Kevin O'Connell inspires confidence in his cues, and I think Carson Wentz gets a bad rap. I think he wasn't the most likable player in his tenure. He gets a bad rap. I think Wentz is going to have success. I don't know that this means anything for J.J. McCarthy. First-round pick, still a young bull, and he wasn't that bad. Like, he didn't throw 3 interceptions last week. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a 5-interception game, if you will. He wasn't that bad, so I don't think it's threatening JJ's job, but I do think Carson's going to play well.
Yeah, you still lean on the younger guy, but my thing is, we've heard JJ could be out 2 to 5.
Yep.
If he's out 4 weeks, say the Vikings go 4-0 in that time, and Carson Wentz looks amazing, is there a conversation there?
I think there has to be a conversation. Let's see if Shawne Merriman's FaceTime will work. Shawne Merriman, Chargers legend, joining the show. Let's see if the audio works. I know in the chat y'all going to keep us honest. So if for some reason it don't, y'all let us know. We'll get him out of here and we will revisit. Hold on. Let me make
here right now.
Let's get him in here right now.
Yeah. Excited to talk to Shawne Merriman.
No doubt about it, because he's going to tell us just how good the Chargers are, and hopefully he can convince you how good the Chargers are as well.
Yeah, no. While we're waiting for him, though, I mean, that 2007 Chargers team, man, that bolt on the helmet, it made me really happy watching back in the day, man. I used to root for the Chargers a little bit. They had a great offense, great defense.
I'm dying
to ask him about
that Phillip Rivers never made it to a Super Bowl. Wow. But Shawne Merriman's in the building. Yeah. He's in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, do we have his audio? Y'all let us know in the chat. Shawne, we've had some audio issues, so I need to make sure your audio works first and foremost before we go any further. Let me make sure the audio works. But what's up, G?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Hey, it's all good. Let's start here, bro. I think the Chargers are the best team in the AFC currently. I think their ability to pass the football, and they haven't even gotten a run game going yet, means a lot. I think Justin Herbert under Jim Harbaugh is playing outstanding. What do you see?
Well, you know what? That's really good hearing that from you, because we haven't heard that. We haven't heard that, Archo. We haven't heard that. But that's what I'll say. Like, anybody that's surprised, right? I think that everybody got to remember how many head coaches, how many offensive coordinators, how many quarterback coaches have Justin Herbert played for since he's been in the NFL, right? Like, how many stable coaches or situations he's been in since he's been in the NFL. The other part of that is Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. You know, they brought him in. I think the biggest talk about Jim Harbaugh coming in is the Chargers wouldn't spend the money to get him, right? Like, that was the biggest thing coming in. They showed that was a myth. They're gonna go pay. They're gonna go pay for them W's. But if you look at Jim Harbaugh's history, right, his history, every program, every organization that he's been at, what has he done? He's come in and turned it around. And so right now, from the second to the fourth and fifth year is when Jim Harbaugh have his team cranked on all cylinders, man. So I don't really know why people are surprised at what's happening right now with them.
See, that's what I said, bro. I'm not surprised. When Harbaugh took over, the day he took over, I said Harbaugh's going to turn the Chargers around, because for all my doubts in Justin Herbert, and my doubts in Justin Herbert are not at all about his arm talent. You know enough to know that's not his arm talent thing. It's in the clutch, I need him to take steps. But Jim Harbaugh wins at every single level. Answer me this, though, because you've heard the saying, Chargers are going to charger.
Right.
Why are the Chargers done charging?
Well, for one, Jim Harbaugh took the same team that Brandon Staley had and took them to the playoffs. Yep. Right? Minus Keenan, I think minus Keenan, right? He took the same team. They haven't been in a situation where they had a coach that is ready to take that next step. There was a champion. There was a Super Bowl champion that's been in the Super Bowl multiple times. When the last time they had that? Right? They haven't had that. So, and you know, Archie, you know everything starts from the top. And so some of these coaches who's never been there before, you know how tight them butts get right around the facility. They everything get tight. They veer away from what they are good at. They veer away from the moment's too big for them. That's not the case with Jim Harbaugh. He has his team confident and believe in him, and they bought in, bro. I was around them this, I go around a lot of times during the off season. This is a big, strong, physical team. And that starts way at the top with Joe Ortiz. That start with him. That start by them hiring Jim Harbaugh. And now the rest of everything is trickled down in the locker room. It's that simple. So that's why I'm saying that this is not the same situation they've seen in the last decade.
Now, look, everything you're saying sounds good. But the problem is, in the playoffs, that quarterback that the whole world loves, and I understand why, he comes up short. And not the Chargers come up short. He comes up short. Against the Texans last year, he got outplayed. Against the Jags 3 years ago, playoffs, he got outplayed, especially in the second half. Do you have full confidence in Justin Herbert yet? And if not, what will it take for you to have full confidence? I mean, playoff confidence. I mean, beyond a shadow of a doubt confidence.
I think those games that you were mentioning for the first time, Justin Herbert is not having to go out there and put this whole team on his shoulders.
Okay.
That team is not relying on his arm. They can go out and run the football effectively now, play great defense, and whatever Justin Herbert do was a cherry on top. They haven't been in that situation. And we go back to the coaching. When the Jags came back, I remember turning the TV. I got up and left. I was like, man, this is a book. I was keeping up with everything on social media. I was like, man, and then I got back home real quick because I ran up the street, came back. The game was the opposite way, and so that's just not the same team, man. Where again, you have an inexperienced head coach that takes his foot off the gas when somebody up in the playoff instead of just keep slamming it down, keep doing what you're doing. They haven't been in this. I mean, by the way, everything you said about the playoffs, he still got to go prove that.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if he has 5,000 yards or 4,000 yards plus. That doesn't matter during the season because that dark cloud is always going to be on him if he don't take that next step to the playoffs. So he got to do that. But he hasn't been in this situation before. He hasn't been in this situation with mentors at D coordinator. The offense, he hasn't been in this situation, Acho, and so that's why this team is different because they don't have to go win by him throwing that big pass down the field anymore.
Bro, can you share this story? One of the craziest ones I heard. Did you really knock 4 people out in like a high school or a college practice, bro? Like, where did you get the nickname Lights Out? Is this a true story? Is this a true story?
Yeah. My sophomore year in high school, I knocked out four kids in the game, and then what happened was after the game, I had about 20 or 25 students come run up to me like, man, you knocked those guys lights out. And I said, yeah, you know what? Call me lights out. So I didn't think nothing of it, right? I got to school on Monday, and I got my backpack on. I got my books in my hand, and people were saying, good game lights. So it put on in school. And this was pre-social media.
Yeah.
So I ended up going home to home, and I told my mom, I said, yo, I need to get this lights out switch on one of my boys who's an artist, draw up in pen of this lights out tattoo in hand switch I got in my right forearm, drew it on there. I said, well, I want to get a tattoo of this. She looked at me and said, boy, get the hell out the room. So for 2 weeks, man, I bugged her. She finally let me get it, and that's how the whole lights out thing happened.
Hey, first off, how you knock 4 guys out?
As a sophomore in high school.
As a sophomore in high school, how you knock 4 guys out?
You out there crashing out,
speaking of Lights Out, bro, tell us about what you got going with Lights Out Extreme Fighting. Let the world know, bro.
Yeah, we got a big card this Saturday. We'll be live on Lights Out Sports TV, my free ad-supported all sports streaming service, available on every smart TV, iOS and Android. We got a ton of free live sports there. But this is one of our biggest cards, man, because our main event, we got Tyrell Fortune. I think he might be a dude that's gone to the UFC. We might. He's #1 heavyweight pound for pound right now. He might be gone after this fight with us. And then we got Jake Babby on this card. Drake Flores, Devin Simmons is coming up from San Diego. So we're stacked, man. And so for us, we got the next up and coming superstars of the sport.
Yeah.
We got the next up. We got the next up and coming guys. So everybody know when you come over there and you win that lights out, then you got a real shot at going to the next level. And we like being in that position.
Got you. My dog, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Shawne Merriman. My dog, I'm going to get at you, family.
All right, my dude. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yo, that's
crazy.
That's like, you knocked 4 guys out?
4 guys as a sophomore? That's nah, never. I've sparred. I've dropped my friend slapboxing one time. It was tough. I felt good after that one, but no, that's ridiculous though. 4 different guys.
Hey,
out of your mind.
Social Trey has been real quiet in the super chat. Social Trey.
It has been quiet in the super
chat.
chat.
What's
the
the chat talking about though?
Chat, not really. I did actually want to go back to something they got for you. They said, I want to know, why is Acho more critical of Justin Herbert than Tua?
Okay, this is a good question.
Yeah.
Really?
Who asked that? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. I could tell you that was.
Let me answer that.
I think it was Oliver.
Oliver, let me.
No. This is the first Hugh Cage.
The first Hugh Cage. Let me talk to you. The first Hugh Cage. With all due respect, Tua's no longer worthy of being talked about.
Wow.
People saying, Acho, why don't you speak up on Tua? Why don't you talk bad about Tua? Why don't you tell the world about Tua? Tua hasn't qualified to be criticized. You got to qualify to be criticized. Every now and then when I post a video on social media and everybody's like, Acho, you suck. Well, at least y'all know who I am to say that I suck. Some people be posting videos and you'll never see it. Tua ain't qualified to be criticized right now. Justin Herbert had qualified to be criticized through his first 3 years. I never said he was bad. I said he was overpraised and I said he was overrated. Tua Tagovailoa, why would I talk about him right now? Why? Yeah. So the reason I am not talking about Tua is Tua has not really necessarily earned the right to be discussed at this junction in time. Once he does again, we'll talk about him. But until then, I can't waste my breath now.
I hear you on that one. I hear you on that. There's having expectations and not meeting them, which requires criticism in a way.
Yeah.
I think having no expectations is kind of the position that Tua's in. Nobody expects Tua to be. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anybody's expecting Tua to be at a top 15 level at his position.
Correct.
Right now.
Not right now.
No,
not right now.
It's just not what it is. Speaking of the guy that Tua was glazing earlier, though, Josh Allen wore a visor at practice today. He's gonna probably be wearing a visor this season. For the rest, after getting a shot to the nose. I don't know. Were you a person that played with a visor? And
I played with a visor in college.
I played
with a visor in the league, actually.
Yeah.
I like Josh. Thing about it, Josh Allen already scary enough. Visor Josh Allen.
Yeah,
that's going to be a different beast.
It's some aura. I'm not going to lie. He looks kind of clean with the visor. I don't imagine it changing anything. He's probably the best quarterback in all of football. Probably the best quarterback in this era after it's all said and done when it comes to talent.
And he's probably the toughest.
Yeah, he's super tough, man.
Other thing.
He took that shot to the nose. He rubbed some dirt on it, and then we got right back to business.
Pushing.
Got right back to business. No.
What else is on the menu,
We
Care
got
Bear?
to talk about me and your favorite university. Yours because you went there, mine because I got denied, and I root for them. I'm one of those T-shirt fans. But The Athletic dropped an article today asking if Arch Manning is a bust already. 3 games into him being the starting quarterback at the University of Texas, and we are having bust conversations. He has played at a bust level, if we're being honest, over the past couple of weeks.
No.
Over the last week, yes, he looked really, really bad. But I believe he's going to figure it out.
Saying Arch Manning is a bust already is asinine. Now, can we say that Arch Manning was overrated by several pundits? Hi, I'm several pundits. Can we say that Arch Manning was overhyped by several pundits? Hi again. Several pundits. Yes, we can say that. But I'm not going to say that Arch Manning is a bust. I think he's made 6 starts in his entire collegiate career at this point. 3 starts last year, 3 starts this year. Furthermore, he did have, although it wasn't the most impressive thing in the world, he had a 4-touchdown game just 2 weeks ago. Busts don't have 4-touchdown games. So I'm not going to come out here and call Arch Manning a bust if you have 4 touchdowns in your 5th game as a starter. Is he underwhelming based upon all of the hype right now? Yes. Is he the weak link of the Texas offense right now? Yes. Is he the weak link of the Texas football team right now? Absolutely. But to call him a bust to me is that USC quarterback that got offered a scholarship at like 14 and ended his career at Rice.
At Rice, JT Daniels.
JT Daniels.
Yeah.
That's a bust.
Yeah.
He goes from USC
to Georgia
to West Virginia and ends his career at Rice. And he got offered a scholarship at like 14 years old, 5-star kid, #1 player in all of the world. That to me is a bust.
Yeah.
Arch Manning throwing for 4 touchdowns in week 2 of his 5th start, I can't label that a bust.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I think like the Tate Martells of the world are the guys that you think are bust.
Yes.
Arch Manning
is overrated.
He has been overrated up till this point. But what I saw from him last year, and I know people are going to be like, oh, he played against nobodies. He's playing against nobodies right now, and he doesn't look as good as he did last year, playing against those same nobodies. I think it's a case of that Y word. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a case of that Y word right now with Arch Manning. We're talking about inaccuracies with the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not that he's reading things. He might be processing things a little bit slower. He might just be getting to his reads a little bit slower or just denying things, but it looks like he's playing nervous. Does that mean that he's not going to be able to figure it out? Absolutely not. And I think whenever he gets in that rhythm, he's going to show everybody how talented he really is. And yes, I might just be a Texas fan believing that he's going to turn it around all of a sudden, but we're looking at basic inaccuracy.
Yeah.
It's not like he has no idea what he's seeing. He's in over his head. I watched him do it last year. I watched him have a 70% completion percentage, 3-touchdown performance against Mississippi State last year, a Power 5 SEC team, and he looked amazing doing it. And now you're telling me he can't throw an accurate ball against UTEP?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He's going to figure it out.
Can we ask the chat, please? Does the chat think that Arch Manning is a bust? Let's ask the chat, Social Trade. I'm with you, Care Bear, completely. Yeah. I don't believe that Arch Manning is a bust. Now, if he goes the rest of this season and doesn't turn it up a notch, we're going to have to start having some hard conversations about just how good or lack thereof Arch Manning is. Yeah. But to call him a bust right now is wild.
This week they got Sam Houston State, who's ranking outside of the top 100 in almost every pass defensive metric. If he has a bad week this week, uncomfortable conversations will have to be had.
Exactly right.
Moving along in college football as well, Dabo Swinney had a press availability on Monday, and boy, oh boy, it was Dabo Swinney special. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory, in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last, always has been, always will be. And I would just say if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and we're one, you didn't believe in us anyway.
Talk, Dabo. I'm good, Care Bear. I'm good.
Thoughts on that from Dabo?
I loved what Dabo said. Loved it. We have such a short-term memory epidemic right now. We only remember what you've literally done for us within the last 3 weeks. Have we forgotten that Dabo took Clemson from an irrelevant program to one of the most relevant programs over the last 10 years? Have we forgotten the fact that I put Dabo Swinney since the turn of the century in conversations with Urban Meyer, in conversations with Tressel, in conversations with Stoops? Then you got to put Dabo in there. Saban's above them. That's why I haven't mentioned Saban's name yet. Like, have we forgotten that Dabo isn't just one of them ones? Dabo is the one? Have we forgotten what Dabo has produced at Clemson, from wide receivers to quarterbacks to defensive players? Have we forgotten what Dabo Swinney has done for Clemson? Let's not think just because they've had 2 losses and 2 bad losses recently that all of a sudden Dabo Swinney can't coach and this Clemson program is forgotten about. Let's not start talking about Clemson as though Dabo Swinney hasn't resurrected them from the grave. Have you forgotten? I love what Dabo said. Love it.
Okay, on one hand, absolutely. Dabo Swinney should not be questioned as to whether he can win football games. They looked rough at points last year and the year before, and they ended up going on to win the ACC. My issue with Dabo Swinney right now as a head football coach for the Clemson Tigers, you have not adapted to this era of college football. NIL has come along. The transfer portal has come along. You have refused to use it. If you watch that Georgia Tech game, the best player on the field defensively for Clemson was a transfer. You have to start using that more. I'm sorry. The portal exists for a reason, and we see some impact players from there every single year with national championship caliber teams. Starting quarterback last year for Ohio State was what? A transfer. Their starting center who won the Remington, a transfer. You need transfers to be able to compete at a high level. I'm not saying that that's the only thing that's holding them back, but Clemson had national championship aspirations this year. They're one more loss away from potentially not making it to the playoff. A 12-team playoff. Yes, they can still compete in the ACC. Yes, I still believe K. Klubnik is too talented to figure that out. Antonio Williams has been hurt. They need to get him back. Clemson can still turn this entire thing around. But criticism for Dabo Swinney is 100% just. Not just to say that he should lose his job. That's ridiculous. You're out of your mind. Having a good college football head coach comes very few and far between. I would know. I'm a Texas Longhorn fan. I've seen bad ones. Real bad ones. Dabo Swinney, though, needs to get it together right now because you had a top 5 projected team in the country and you're sitting at 0-2 right now, and it's looking like you're going to have real struggle to go through your ACC schedule, which I thought you were going to run through. Multiple people thought you were going to run through. You have too much talent on that team. The Peter Woods, the TJ Parkers, the Sammy Browns, the Avion Terrells, the Brian Westcott. Too much.
Here's not where I disagree with you, but here's where I challenge that notion is nobody was complaining when Dabo was 10-4. 14-1, 14-1, 12-2. I'm going in order. 2017, 15-0, 14-1, 10-2, 11-3, 10-4 just last year. And now all of a sudden people are like, Dabo, do more, do more. I've lived through this. When Texas fired Mac Brown, and they fired Mac Brown when he was 1 game away from going to the Big 12 championship game and potentially losing it. They fired Mac Brown because he went 9-3. Texas didn't have a better record than 9-3 after firing Mac Brown for like 8 years after that.
Yeah.
So that's why mess around with Dabo if you want to.
Yeah.
Does he need to tap into the transfer portal more? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is he too stuck in his old ways? I think so. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But just don't.
People confuse that, though. You're not firing your head coach. You're just not doing that. He wins way too much. He's shown you can win championships.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, though, what he's doing right now is not conducive to national championship caliber play. He's not going to win a national championship building the roster like he is right now. He's not going to win a national championship without the depth that is needed to compete for them, for them, like you see in the rest of college football. Just point blank.
But don't you agree that for the most part, college football has about 5 to 10 teams every year that actually can win the national championship? And if we're being honest, it might be closer to 4 to 6.
Yes.
Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia, but not Alabama, so just Georgia, and then throwing about like 2 other question marks,
Maybe
whether it's
Florida
the
State this year.
Washingtons,
The thing is,
whether it's, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Still, I believe there's 10-plus teams with the depth and the talent to be able to do it. Coaching error comes in. There's scheduling issues that come in, but I think there's at least 10 teams in college football that have the chance to do it. Clemson is one of those teams. They should be one of those teams, at least with their starting 22. But after that, the depth isn't there. I'm just being honest. It's
what
not
else
there.
on the menu, G?
We also got some more college football news. Virginia Tech has let their head coach go.
Okay.
And why not? Even 2 games into his college football coaching career, hit up Mike Vick, Virginia Tech legend, to potentially take over the head coaching job. That's a report saying that some VT boosters have pushed to get Vick some coaching experience, but it wouldn't surprise anyone in the industry that Vick is a serious name in the future for Virginia Tech coaching vacancy.
Do you love this or hate it?
I hate it. Really? I hate it. Look, I think what Deion Sanders has done at such a great level, going to Colorado, turning it around, getting the recruits that he has, it's looked amazing. That's kind of died off now, though. I think you're now seeing these college football programs trying to get someone that's a great face, a great brand. Are they willing and ready to GM? Are they willing and ready to politic? Are they willing and ready to get schematic at times? He's 2 games into his coaching career. It sounds nice, sounds cool. I'm not hiring Mike Vick at Virginia Tech. I'm just not right now.
But what if this is like your only opportunity? Meaning, if Mike Vick ends up at the D1 level somewhere solid, he's not going to go to Virginia Tech because Virginia Tech isn't like a perennial powerhouse of a football program right now. So here's what I would do. I'd hire Mike Vick, but I'd essentially make him the head coach / CMO and let other people run the operations of the football of it all. Because as I've watched with Colorado, Deion Sanders is the greatest marketer we have ever seen in the history of sports. Is he the greatest coach? We're still figuring that out, and that's still playing out. But thus far, outside of Shedeur Sanders, this Colorado team doesn't look very good. Colorado offensively doesn't look very good. Colorado defensively doesn't look very good. Now, is Deion Sanders a top-flight recruiter? Yeah, absolutely he was, especially as it pertains to getting Travis Hunter. Let Mike Vick go do that at VTech. Let Mike Vick be the face of the program. Let him bring stars back to the program. Let him bring the stars that aren't even in football back into Virginia Tech and see what that can do. Don't necessarily run out of football of it all, but at least let him be the face of it. That's my thought.
You get eyes. You definitely get eyes. Now, will it lead to winning football games? I don't know. That to me is what keeps things up. You need the longevity of having a football coach that's capable of winning games time and time and time again. And I don't see Mike Vick as that right now.
Fair.
Right now, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know enough to I don't know enough to dispute it. What else on the menu, G?
No, so we also got to talk about Saudi Football League. So look, as you know, Saudi Arabia has been involved in a lot of sports. If you're a football fan, European football fan, you know that they've been doing a lot of, difference making. If you're a fan of golf, they have LIV and whatnot. It has been announced that Tom Brady is coming out of retirement to join a flag football team with superstars Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Gronk, and more for a Fanatics Football Classic in Saudi Arabia on March 21st, 2026. What are your thoughts about this?
Can I say 2 things? I love this for the players. I hate it for the fans. Hate it for the fans. For the players, I can't imagine how much money Tom Brady is getting to go throw the ball around in Saudi. I truly can't imagine. It is an incomprehensible amount of money that Tom Brady must be getting paid. But can you imagine being a Niners fan? Christian McCaffrey misses the majority of last season. He's in Germany rehabbing. Going into this season, there's questions about Christian McCaffrey's health. And you're telling me, McCaffrey, you want to go play flag football? We can't get you at every practice and training camp. And you want to go play flag football? If I'm a Niners fan, I would be livid. I would be frustrated. I would be infuriated. I would be sick. Like, somebody got to do something. But wait, Kyle Shanahan's going to go coach it too. So I love it for the players because I know they getting broke off. I know. I mean,
and coaches apparently
they getting money that you nor I have even any idea about. But as a fan, I think it's ridiculous. What do you think?
I think when you're looking at this, there's also no NFL involvement, and that's where the real question comes in, because how interested is Saudi really in football, in American football? How interested are they in potentially hosting more of these events? How interested are they in their audience in Saudi having tackle football live in their country? You never know. You really never know.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say I'm going to be interested to see where the NFL goes in terms of what they allow their superstars to involve themselves with. If Christian McCaffrey, like I said, Christian McCaffrey goes out, or like you said earlier, he goes out there, he gets hurt. Do you think the NFL is going to be okay with one of their biggest stars going out to play random football and getting hurt?
Correct.
And or making money somewhere else, playing a game that's similar to what they've been doing themselves? I think the NFL's had a great flag football initiative leading into the 2028 Olympics, and this might add to it. But also, I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to allow this to happen continuously.
I think we got one good year of it. And after that, big bank take little bank. Question is, who got the bigger bank? Them Saudis got money.
Yeah.
But the NFL is a $1 billion nonprofit organization. We're going to see about that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It might be a money contest, but as of right now, those players are going crazy.
What else
we got? News. Paige Bueckers on Jennifer Hudson. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Hey, shooting bucket, she's the one.
Hey.
She's been in Dallas a little long. You know what I mean? The Dougie coming out. It's natural down there.
Oh, Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Hey, shooting bucket, she's the one. Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Shooting bucket, she's the one.
Bet on the last person you thought you'd see on this cool spirit tunnel. But I'm here to present you with the 2025
That's dope.
Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
There it is. WNBA Rookie of the Year, Paige Bueckers. Round of applause. City of Dallas needed this after Luka got traded. It's nice to have another superstar back on the basketball court out there for us. What are your thoughts on that, Paige Bueckers?
One, Paige Bueckers unfortunately got overshadowed by Caitlin Clark in college before even the league. Like, remember, Paige Bueckers was Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. 19, UConn, takes them deep into the Final Four, and she was an absolute phenom. Then she gets injured. As a result of her getting injured, the Caitlin Clark rise became astronomical, and we forgot about Paige Bueckers until her last year at UConn, where she wins a national championship. Then she steps in as a rookie, and she wins Rookie of the Year. Make no mistake about it, Paige Bueckers is the one. Like, she is the one. And she's been the one. The dilemma was everybody got so satiated by the Caitlin Clark, the Iowa versus LSU rivalry that we forgot to pay attention to other really good basketball players. Paige Bueckers is the one.
Wow. I mean, I can agree with that. Honestly, that's the next topic I wanted to kind of go to. Paige, Caitlin, past two Rookies of the Year. I think in high school, there was no discussion. It was Paige Bueckers was the top player. Freshman year of college, Paige Bueckers was the best player. That sophomore year is when the conversation started. And then Caitlin Clark ends up leading them late. Paige has the injury. Now they're in the WNBA. Who do you think the better player is? Is it Paige or is it Caitlin?
I think Paige has always been the better overall player. I think that Caitlin is a better three-point shooter. I think that Caitlin is better in transition. And you could suggest that Caitlin's a better passer because people are so afraid of her ability to pull up and shoot the tray at any point in time that she has such great vision that she's a better passer. But Paige is the better all-around basketball player. To me, she's always been the better all-around basketball player. I think she's a more efficient basketball player, and she's a more fundamentally sound, in my mind, basketball player. Paige's efficiency is what's crazy. I think she shot 47% from the field, and I think she shot 38% from three, as opposed to Caitlin shot 38% from the field, and she shot 32% from three her rookie year. So Paige's efficiency is the separating factor for me.
Yeah, I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think Paige Bueckers is the better basketball player. I think she doesn't have the hype behind her, and that's warranted, though. Caitlin has an excitement to her style of play. She's amazing. She's incredible. She looked like Steph Curry going through the tournament in college, led a team that had no business being in the championship there back-to-back years. Amazing. Paige Bueckers is a better basketball player. Sorry. She is.
Clearly?
Clearly a better basketball player. In my honest opinion, I think Caitlin is a better facilitator.
Yeah.
I think when she's on, she's a game-changing three-point scorer everything else, when it comes to protecting the basketball, when it comes to scoring functionally, defense, I have Paige Bueckers as a better hooper than I do Caitlin Clark. Now, Paige's team, not good. We're not good. Like the Dallas Wings are not good right now. They're going to continue to try to build. They have the worst record in the league this year. They're going to probably have the number 1 pick again.
You know who's going to end up better for me? Who stays healthier? That's what it comes down to for me. Like, Caitlin, throughout her WNBA career, she's proven to not necessarily be the most durable. Paige Bueckers, in her collegiate career, you could suggest she proved to not be the most durable. Caitlin Clark in the WNBA has allowed Paige Bueckers to take her shine. Paige Bueckers in college allowed Caitlin Clark to take her shine. Yeah. Who's going to stay healthier? That's probably the separating factor.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have more basketball news in the city of Dallas. Cooper Flagg, future NBA Rookie of the Year, future next generation's LeBron. Mama Flagg came out and said for him, he has a limit for his first vehicle. $180,000 is all he can spend on that first car, which is absolute nonsense. With NIL, the fact he got signed a New Balance out of high school, you should allow him to get at least a $250,000 car. $180K? Are we serious? Said no one ever.
Are you serious?
Said no one ever. You got to be kidding me.
Social Trey, weigh in on this for us, bro. 180. You agree with the mom setting the limit?
I mean, I guess in principle it sounds good. Like, maybe she's trying to exert some sort of authority, whatever last bit she has left before he just goes off the rails and becomes the wild, reckless rookie NBA star that he's going to be. But this is like, you know what this is like? And I'm a dad. I'm a 13-year vet in the dad game.
Okay. This
is like when your kid does something and they know they're not supposed to do it, and instead of giving them like a real good whooping, you just smack them on the hand. That's what this is. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a power play by moms, and it's just not a good one. Yeah. The kid's going to go right back to doing whatever it was that you just told him not to.
What are the odds his car is as close to $180K that you could possibly get?
He's going over.
You think he's going over?
He's going over the limit.
Wow. Wow.
I respect moms, though.
Yeah, of course.
I respect moms for doing it.
Yeah.
I respect moms.
Yeah. She better not get in the way of my bread. Let me be honest with you. Mom, if I start making Cooper Flagg money, we're going Bugatti. I'm not going to lie to you. We going Bugatti. We got some more basketball talk for you as well. Interesting tweet I saw earlier today. This one says, down 15 at halftime, who are you taking? We got flu game MJ, jersey biting Kobe, Band-Aid Wade, Game 6 Clay, evil glare LeBron, mouthpiece Steph, mash LeBron, untucked Kyrie, or hoodie Melo.
To me, this isn't even close.
It's not even remotely close.
Not close?
I don't think it's close.
No, I don't think it's close at all.
On three?
On three? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Evil glare LeBron.
Evil easy. Come on,
it's evil easy. What he did after giving that glare, we're talking Game 6 against the Celtics, the Eastern Conference Finals.
Talk about it.
Lit everyone up. People act as if LeBron doesn't have these takeover moments in the playoffs just because maybe they weren't in the final, or sometimes they were in the finals, but they were in like late third, early fourth. Bruh, the Pistons, 2007, Eastern Conference Final, going off in that game. I'm talking about the evil glare LeBron going off in that game. It's ridiculous. He said left shoulder bump fade. I'm not even a left shoulder bump fade type of guy. I love LeBron, man.
Bruh, 45, 15, and 5, Game 6, 2012. Had to get it done, Eastern Conference Finals. All right, put the full screen back up there, Rome, because let's talk about if evil glare LeBron is clearly number 1.
Yeah.
Who's y'all's 2 and who's y'all's 3?
Ooh. Am I biased if I say Mass LeBron is my number 2?
No, because I was thinking the same thing.
LeBron, I think, is peak basketball.
Yes.
2013 LeBron, it does not get better than that level of basketball.
You know who's not up there? Who? Blue Game MJ.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I'll be the bad guy.
Wow.
Flu Game. Watching The Last Dance, that was and finding out that he had food poisoning, and we've just run with this narrative of, I had the flu and I was. You had some bad pizza in Utah, bro.
Yeah.
That degrades the legacy of the flu game for me. There's no way he's top 3.
Thank you.
I'm going evil glare LeBron.
Okay.
I'm going mass LeBron, and then I'm going untucked Kyrie.
Y'all sleep on Game 6 Clay.
Game 6 Clay is a
y'all
problem.
Sleep,
it's because of recently it ain't been the same.
Clay. Yeah. I hear you, but with Game 6 Clay, that was during the same era of 60 points on 11 dribbles. Like, Game 6 Clay was a different type of beast. I'm going evil glare LeBron. Yeah. I'm going jersey biting Kobe, and I'm going Game 6 Clay. Hoodie Mello.
Hoodie Mello is a folk tale.
It's the biggest folk tale in the world.
Mello? Yeah. Since Hoodie Mello came around, he was never a good basketball player in the NBA.
Correct.
This was post Knicks Mello when Hoodie Mello came around.
Correct.
No, absolutely not. I'm sick of the Hoodie Mello stuff. No,
and Steph is always biting his mouthpiece.
That's just Steph
So you
Curry.
can't
Whether
really.
he's 1 for 13 or 12 for 13. He's the mouthpiece is.
Yeah, no. Band-Aid Wade was a problem, but yeah, flu game MJ, like you said, extremely overrated. It's easily LeBron. Greatest player of all time.
What else on the menu, Care Bear?
Man.
We got some super chats though.
We got some super chats.
We do have some super chats.
Cook.
John Williams sent a super chat and said, Dallas native, been watching since Speak. I like the addition of Care Bear. Acho, he holding down Dak. And Cowboys, even in front of Shady, we'll have our day. Dallas Cowboys for life.
D-Town, baby.
Oliver Spellman sent a super chat and said, Burrow out for a while. Chiefs in free fall. Don't believe in the Chargers or Ravens. So can the Bills finally break through and get to the Super Bowl?
Wow.
Let's address that real quick. That's Oliver?
That was Oliver.
Here's a question, Oliver. If the Bills couldn't do it last year, when the Chiefs also didn't really have much and the Bills didn't really have much, why can the Bills do it this year? I think they can, but for me to come out there and say they can, Oliver, would be nothing more than wishful thinking. Like, there's no logical or practical reason to suggest that the Bills can do it this year when they couldn't do it last year. The Chiefs are in free fall, but Xavier Worthy's going to come back. Rasheed Rice wasn't there last year, and the Chiefs still got it done as far as going to the Super Bowl. So I want to put my faith where your faith is, Oliver, but I don't really have, true data to suggest it could happen.
Let's be honest here, though. The thing that has held the Bills back has been the Chiefs.
Yeah.
This is, I think anyone will tell you this is the weakest Chiefs team that they've had since Patrick Mahomes got there. What they've shown so far. Like you said, they are going to get healthy. I expect them to progress. But if there was a year for them to finally break through, they've been so close. They've been a drop pass away. They've been 13 seconds away. Josh Allen has played at an ungodly level in these games, and the only reason why they lose is because Patrick Mahomes plays at the same exact level whenever they match up with each other.
Yeah.
I believe this is finally the year Josh Allen breaks through. I'm sorry, as much as I love him, I can't trust Lamar Jackson to get it done in playoff games. I cannot trust Justin Herbert to get it done in playoff games. And right now, I cannot trust the team around the Chiefs to get through that. I can't. Especially not the AFC right now. I can't trust them to do it.
Can you trust Sean McDermott? Because my dilemma is, in the playoffs, Sean McDermott gets out-coached by Andy Reid. It's not that Mahomes outplays Josh. That's not what actually happens.
Yeah.
McDermott gets out-coached by Andy Reid. On a pivotal third down or a pivotal fourth down, Andy dials up the play. McDermott's not ready for the play. Do you trust McDermott to be able to out-scheme Andy?
It's hilarious that you say that because that's literally all the comments are saying is the Bills' defense sells them every year.
Every year.
I just thought about the Chiefs DB or about the Bills DBs. Yeah, no, I said if they have to meet the Chiefs, the thing that might save them though,
they might not have to meet the Chiefs.
Look at the Chiefs' schedule over the next 7 weeks.
Yeah,
they have 4 games against the Commanders, against the Ravens, against the not the Jags. I think the Jags is one of those teams too. But they have good teams. 4 of the next 17 they're hard games. They might not be a playoff team this year, and we have to really start talking about that if they don't figure it out right now. And if they don't make the playoffs, the Bills are right through. Right through.
Woo! I can't digest them not making the playoffs. Any more super chats, or shall we continue?
No more super chats.
No more super chats. What else on the menu?
All right, we got breaking news out of Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo,
Japan. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the greatest track athlete of this generation. I'll say it. I'll stand on it. She went out there in a semifinal for the 400 and broke the American record at the 400 while jogging home the last 30 meters. Acho, what do you have to say about this performance, man? And who she is as an athlete in general?
Sydney is the most under-discussed, underrated, underpraised athlete since the turn of the century. She is a 6-time world record holder in her primary event. And then in her secondary event, she just set the record in the most difficult country that there is to set a record, the American record. And she didn't just set it, she beat it by roughly half a second. 48:29 she ran in one lap. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is what you think about when you think about an athlete's dominance. There are a few athletes and maybe no woman more dominant at their sport than Sydney McLaughlin is dominant at her sport, particularly her event. An absolute phenom, an absolute monster, an absolute freak when she steps on the track. Sydney's one of one. She is the one.
To put in perspective what Sydney McLaughlin just did, 47 seconds in the women's 400 meters has not been ran in 40 years. And when it was run by Eastern European athletes
Illegal.
in the middle of the Cold War. If you want to go look at pictures of those athletes, I encourage you to go do so. You're going to see some muscle, okay? You're going to see some bull shark testosterone, as they call it out there, okay? She is going to probably run 47 seconds in this final 40 years after the fact. As a matter of fact, Sydney McLaughlin is the most athletically talented generational talent that we have seen in the sport of track and field since Usain Bolt, and it's not a discussion. She went out, broke world records, and nearly lowered the world record in the 400 hurdles by 2 full seconds. One lap around the track, 2 full seconds. You're back maybe 40, 50 meters. It was the second place finisher. Usain Bolt came into the sport. He made waves. He won world championships time and time again. He was unbelievably dominant. She is the same level of dominant, and she has 2 competitors probably closer to her than Bolt ever did. And I still think she's going to smoke them tomorrow morning.
It's going to be amazing. Let's talk.
It's going to be amazing.
Here's what I love. And now Sydney knows I love her. I love her husband, Dre, so I'm going to be real. I love that Sydney dropped down into the 400. And I'm going to talk to you for a moment, and I'm going to talk to y'all. It's for the track heads. For the track heads only. The 400 hurdles, her dominating that event, it's impressive, but it wasn't that impressive to me. Because the first year of the 400 hurdles, I believe, was the 1992 Olympics. So Sydney dominating an event that's only been around for 28 or so years is not as impressive to me as individuals that can dominate 100 like Usain Bolt, or even a 400 that's been around since the beginning of time, running one lap. But if she can step down and dominate the 400, now we talking.
Yeah.
Now we talking. Grand opening, grand closing. But she still has to beat Paulino, and Marlady Paulino, and she still has to beat Saweed Nasser. Yeah. If she can do that, then I can stand with you and say she is to track what Usain Bolt was. But the difference was Bolt only ever won gold once he hit his prime until 2017 when he got hurt.
Yeah, it was 2008 all the way to 2016.
Correct.
He was untouchable.
Correct.
He was untouchable.
And
He won everything.
And Sydney's not yet untouchable in the 400.
Not
in
yet.
The 400.
This is her first time competing in a world championships in the 400, though. So if she does go out there and she does defeat 2 of the best of this generation, in my opinion, at the 400, they both run times faster than the American record already. If she goes out there and beats these 2 girls, dog, we're talking one of the best athletes to ever step foot on a track. And I genuinely believe she's already that. But if she
does it in the 400,
yeah. And also, if she breaks a world record, I'm being so serious.
If she does that, retire.
Yeah.
Retire.
If Sydney McLaughlin breaks a world record set by if I'm being honest, dopers.
It was illegal. 47.6.
Way back in the Cold War era, 2 Eastern Europeans ran from countries that haven't been even able to come close to breaking 48.5. If she breaks that record, not only is she one of the greatest track and field athletes of all time, I believe she's the greatest athlete in the world right now.
Bro, that is the most untouchable record in all of sports.
Yeah.
For the record. 47.6, I'm done talking about it.
Yeah.
She breaks that record, lace up the cleats, it's a spike.
It's done. We also got to talk about something wildly out of pocket today. Boy, Dove Kleiman on Twitter posted this picture of Kyler Murray wearing a 7 jersey. I'm not going to say it's a white Vick jersey, but it is a 7 jersey with his pit bull. It does look very Virginia Techy, but I'm not gonna say it is, because I don't think he would do that. But it is a rather wild picture. All right, how do we feel about
social
this
Trey? You social Trey? You talk to me, bro. Is it out of pocket?
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for my guy. You got to have some awareness. This was clearly a photo shoot. You got to be more aware. You got to look at yourself when you're getting dressed. Okay, I got a dog.
But Kyler's young. There's a world where Kyler was born. He was young before this, and he didn't.
No.
And because
okay,
no, Kyler is a year older than me. We were all watching Mike Vick.
Let's concede the point. Let's say he doesn't actually know. Shame on him for not having a team around him.
That's fair.
That can call him out on that. Even if that's not an excuse.
Just change the number.
Yeah, just change the number.
Just change the number.
Looks
You don't
very
have this
hokey.
Is that a light? Is that a lamp? Can we just assess the picture for a moment?
Yeah, no, it is a wild picture. I mean, he fitted up.
He is fit. Fit is fresh.
He fitted up. The fittest. I mean,
bag
the pick is
tough. Tough.
Dog tough.
Dog tongue out, ready to tough.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's a lamp right there, but everything else I'm cool with.
Yeah.
If I put my photographer hat on, because I did that for many years, you know.
Photographer Trey.
The picture's overexposed. Look at. Can you pull it back up real quick?
Pull the picture back up, please. Hold, please.
Look at his leg compared to his face, and then I'ma just.
You see
what I'm saying? So whoever, this was just doomed from the start.
Yeah, no, I saw a video of him walking in last week, and they were saying, bro, you can't wear shorts that baggy if you that short. Because he did look.
Yeah, just.
So you're a photographer?
Yeah, yep.
So photographer Trey or social Trey?
Social Trey, videographer Trey, video editor Trey.
We can only put one in the lower third, though. So I kind of need you to make up your mind here, Trey.
Social Trey. Cool. We'll stick with that.
Social Trey. Social Trey it is.
Social's all encompassing, for sure.
Social Trey it is. Social. What else on the menu,
we
bro?
also got breaking news in the sports media world. Molly Qerim, I believe that's how you say her last name. She is actually going to be stepping down from First Take today. Or she at the end of the year, she was going to be stepping down as the host of First Take. Yeah, we had some word from Stephen A.
What's Stephen A. say?
See what Stephen A. had to say.
She abruptly resigned as the host of the show. And to say that I'm quite sad about it is an understatement. Molly is a friend. Molly is a coworker. Molly is somebody that I have leaned on many occasions in the past, as she has done when it comes to me. We've been partners on the show for the last 10 years. And a lot of times some of these things happen and it's just uncomfortable to see. The details, quite frankly, are none of y'all business. But it's not as if I know all the details.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Bro.
Hold on.
If that brother don't get on a prompter.
I'm not gonna like, dog. The tone is crazy. Can we be honest here, bro? Her leaving, hey, like she's resigning, honestly cool. Let people wonder. Your tone and then you saying, you know, the details are none of y'all business. I don't even know them. What?
Hold on.
You're just making it so much worse.
Hold on. Everybody relax.
My bad.
Relax.
Okay.
First off, pleasantries. Shout out to Molly.
Yeah.
Molly, one of the best in the business of what she's done, being on First Take the last 10 years. She's built up an absolute juggernaut. Shout out to Molly. Here's my thing, though. Don't tell us the details, then tell us you're not going to tell us the details. Like, Stephen.
And then add on that, I don't know the details. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Making crazy.
Like, he said this. He said she abruptly resigned. That's a detail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to say, but don't ask me the details because I'm not going to tell y'all the details. That's none of y'all business. Oh, and I don't know the details.
He made it sound like something wild happened.
Correct.
Yeah. And there's no reason for that. I'm sorry. That was crazy.
Just say, shout out to Molly. She an OG.
Yeah.
Salute.
Give her flowers.
Give her flowers.
Let her exit
and let that
gracefully.
be that.
Yep.
I believe this is something that we've seen from Stephen A. as of late, though. With the whole thing with LeBron, whenever LeBron went and got in his face, though, even your tone afterwards, whenever he's breaking down that situation, well, if he would have done something, we would have been fighting.
Oh gosh, yeah.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? As a young person that looked up to Stephen A. Smith for so many years, man,
hold on. You said past tense. You said look.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I looked up to Stephen A. Smith for a very, very long time. He was one of the reasons why I got into sports media. But then I ended up meeting him. Wasn't the most, one of those don't meet your hero type experience. I don't know all the details, and I'm not going to tell you all the details because it's not your business. But I'm going to be honest, it was an uncomfortable situation. And now watching him, get older, trying to go into the digital space, it can be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It can be a little uncomfortable because it's just whenever the you know what I mean. There's no TV copy stopping him from just rambling or delivering things his way. You start to see the.
I also wonder, bro, like from a human perspective, Molly was your sidekick for 10 years. Mm-hmm. We don't need to know she abruptly resigned. Yeah. Protect her at all costs.
Yeah.
That's my big thing, Social Trey.
I thought she was here for the end of the year. I guess she's done now.
Remember, she didn't want it to leak because Molly ends up putting out a statement that, hey, it's unfortunately leaked. I didn't want it to, etc. But protect her at all costs. We don't need to know she abruptly resigned. There's a world where maybe she just wasn't there today and she's going to be here tomorrow. But now, Stephen A., you're the one who told us she's resigned. Yeah. Don't put her business out there and then say you not going to put her business out there. You know what I mean? Like, respect to Molly, salute to Molly, give her flowers. All she's done is help build the First Take empire into an absolute juggernaut.
Yeah.
And then keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Like
It reads as him trying to be involved in something that he knew was going to break news without having any knowledge whatsoever. But he got the clicks. I mean,
but at what cost?
Yeah.
That's the hard part. It's like, at what cost do you get the click, Social Trade?
Yeah,
like,
right,
don't get clicks at cost of Molly.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Like, not Molly. Get clicks at cost of some stranger you don't know or some viral video.
Right, yeah.
I get it. Yeah. You want to get clicks at the cost of LeBron James? I get it.
Yeah.
But don't get clicks at the cost of a person that's helped you build your empire. That was tough on me.
It was
protecting has never been Stephen A's strong suit. He didn't protect his hairline. I mean,
wow.
You know what I mean? And that's coming from somebody with a huge forehead.
Yes, sir.
You know, he didn't protect himself in front of LeBron. It just, you know,
He's
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
These are good points.
Molly was just, I mean, he didn't have her back like he should have.
He definitely didn't protect my feelings when I met him either.
Yes, he did. He didn't protect Care Bears. You know what I mean? Heroism for it. Just
disrespectful.
Bad looks, Steve.
Yeah.
Come on.
On some good news though, we do have an absolutely insane Coachella lineup.
Yo.
They dropped it today. You got Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, and Karol G headlining the 3 shows over the course of that weekend. What are your thoughts on this though? There's some names here. You got Sabrina Carpenter, Disclosure. You got Sexy Red, Giveon, Addison Rae. Labyrinth.
I've never been to Coachella, but I think I'm going to have to step out for the first time to this one.
Wow.
I don't like music festivals, social trade. There's too many people. It's too much drugs, too much alcohol. I'm chilling. But JB out there, David O out there, like Sabrina Carpenter out there. I saw Karol G. Didn't she do the halftime show in Brazil? Yep. She put on a show like she out there. Like, I might have to step out. Are you a Coachella person?
I've never been, man. I'm just not a music festival person. I'm not. I can listen to it like on my headphones. Yeah,
but it's not the same.
It's not. But also, like, I don't like being around too many people already. So like, I want to be around a bunch of people and listen to music with them. Like, it just, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Not my thing.
Social trade.
I've never been. I'm not interested. Big crowds annoy me. Hot, sweaty, stinky.
Middle
you
of the
elbowing me. Now I want to fight. It's just not. It's just not. It's not my thing. Now I will say the lineup seemed pretty chill.
Lineup crazy.
If you fighting to Sabrina Carpenter, you got something deeper going on. You know what I mean? Like when it's Lil Uzi and stuff, it makes sense. But this lineup might actually be cool. This might be something you could just go and vibe to. So
nah, it's a crazy lineup. You could also watch it on YouTube.
You could.
It's like, this looks cool. Like, some people go for the pictures and whatnot. I'm not in for the hype.
I'm never going anywhere for any pictures. Is it time for last call?
It's almost time for last call. I wanted to get to one last thing before we get to last call.
Last call.
Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed was in the hospital bed and went live on IG. This is just hilarious. You just got to take a look.
Oh, bro.
You want to tell him later? I got you recorded. You can post it later.
No, bro, we're going all the fucking way, bro.
You got a whole bunch of people on here. You want to turn it off? Tell them hi. Tell them that you
Pack
good.
us to the bowl, bro.
Back us to the ball.
Fresh out of surgery.
Tell them you good. And then we're going to
I'm good. Thank you for the prayers, bro. But we turned, bro. We going all the fucking way, bro. Super Bowl, bro.
Going live on IG right after getting back from amnesia is hilarious. I thought that was anesthesia wearing off right there. Jayden Reed. He said they're going to the bowl, man. That's going to be in all the TikTok edits at the end of the year. I'm letting you know right now.
Bruh.
We're going all the way to the bowl, bro. As soon as they win the NFC.
He told no lies, though.
No,
they might go all the way to the bowl.
They might.
It's a possibility.
They might go all the way to the bowl, bruh. What a show.
What a show. It was fun.
What a show. We hit everything.
I do feel like we hit everything. This is the first time I think we've actually gone through everything that we've had.
Literally everything. Sure. Hey, can we get that music, bro? It's time to close the bar.
Yeah, let's go ahead and close the bar up. We got last call. Last shout out to JR, the Super Chat. He said, Qerim better than Stephen A. Rip that Stephen A. poster off your wall. It's already been gone. Appreciate you, JR. But we got to get out of here. You got any last thoughts for us, E?
Man, my only final thoughts. Man, show love to those that show love to you. Shout out to Molly at First Take, what they built at First Take. That's my last thought, bro.
Yeah, no. Trey?
Social Trey?
I'm trying to figure out a way to get a $180,000 limit on the car. That's it.
Okay, I feel you. Well, that was it for Speakeasy today. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be returning this weekend. Make sure that you guys tune in on that Sunday show, but we're also here tomorrow. And we're here on Thursday. And we'll be back on Sunday as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button to be notified whenever we're live next, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you for tuning in. For me, for Acho, for Trey, for all the people in the back, thank you for watching.
Shout out to the people in the back.
Shout out to the people in the back.